Greetings and salutations. Welcome to a tutorial, our continued tutorial on Rule the Waves. So, we're going to build a ship. We got battle, oh, there we go. Battle, dreadnoughts, battle cruisers, battleships, armored cruisers, light cruisers, armored merchant vessels, destroyers, minesweepers, and subs. Can't design subs, or at least right now no one has the technology for subs. You can't design, you can't build armored merchant vessels except in times of war. We got a bunch of information here. Let's get rid of it. So, we're going to build ourselves a battleship. We have the suggest button, which suggests a name. There's a name I want to look. Oh, missed it. Pulse how Rodney. Pulse how. Screw it. Alright, so guns. You have the caliber of the gun, the quality of the gun you can produce, and generally if it says 5, you can't produce that gun. Build a couple turrets, double turrets, there we go. Let's put a 15 there. Put rounds per gun, fire control. Generally always want to go with the best. Fire positions, if you can have fire control, you're going to need at least one position to fire from. Gun information, this is how much armor will generally penetrate, so we need at least this. Secondary guns. Pretty simple. Update ship graphic. Usually always symmetrical when placing. You can only see, I want to say 7 on each side, but there will be guns there. Alright, so you have your main guns, these big guns. Secondary guns, you always going to want at least a caliber 6 or less to deal with smaller vessels. Yeah. Torpedoes, if you want to put torpedoes. Currently we can only put submersible ones on these bigger ships. Alright, displacement, how much space it occupies in water. Usually you want to build in your local yard, and the only reason you want to build in a different yard is to build bigger. If we weren't British, and having one of the biggest yards, we might consider that. Like the US would consider it, Germany might consider it. Doing it and the legacy buildup is pretty fine. Only problem is when you get to in-game and you're building at a different yard, if you go to war with that country, they can immediately take that battleship or ship. So we got these ranges, pretty much self-explanatory. You generally want to go on medium. Short is for things that aren't really going to leave the shore that much. You got long for longer voyages. And yeah, what this really does is just adjust your total weight. Other than that, generally want to leave it at median. Freeboard, how low it rides in the water. Generally want to leave it at normal. How fast your ship is. The faster it is, the more horsepower it's going to require, and the more weight it's going to require. Different fuel types. Currently, we have to go with coal. No one has developed the use of oil. Alright, engine priority. You got normal. Normal is where you want it to be on average. Speed means less weight for a less reliable engine, which may break down in combat. Reliability, a very reliable engine, but more weight. Speed is the opposite. On average, normal will make our battleship reliable, so it doesn't break down in combat. Alright, so belt. Look at this gun data. We want at least 7 or 6.5. Go a little bit above that. Belt coverage, belt extend, the deck. Look at our gun data. Deck. 13-inch guns. You want about 1 inch of armor. We'll go a little bit above that. Conning tower, where the brains of your ship is. Put about 10 inches on there. Turrets. Same information, but only applying to these big guns. Top of the turrets, put about 1 inch on there. Secondaries. Secondaries can be about a little bit lower. And then we reached problem, I believe. Oh, anytime you want to check to make sure your design is functional, press check design. We have this auto design button, and if any design is in your system that you built in the game thus far, it would be here. And if your game report is okay, you can go to save. Save will show you the same thing, and then you can save it and be done with this. Alright, so mine's torpedoes. Accommodations. You generally want to be normal. You can go a little cramped at times, but if you send that ship over, you can have problems with cramp. But cramp will save you space for things that don't really need to do much. Alright, so we are overweight. If we went up, yep. So, here we go. Designed our first ship, the Collingwood. All okay. There. Design's done. There we go. Alright, so this is everything you need to know about the ship. Show all designs. Just in case, as the game progresses, they will automatically hide old designs. Select a ship if you can't think of a ship name, or if you want to put it right there. Designing, you can design one ship per, well, you can have, yeah. If you want to do a bunch of naming, name there, build one ship at a time. Building more ships. Bah. Alright, so in general, the cost is the immediate cost. Right there. This only really applies towards the legacy build. This is how much money you have. This is your maintenance costs. Notice down here, total monthly balance, that will apply against it. So build yourself a Collingwood. Yeah. And that's how you construct this battleship. It'll always build into your build location. Yep. Alright, so I will build the rest of this fleet, and then we will come back. Thank you, and come again.